I want to make something very clear for you, and hopefully this really resonates with your heart. Other people's projections of you are more about them and less about you. That's why it's so important to stop validating yourself through other people, because other people's opinions of you are so much more to do with themselves and so much less to do with you. We project onto others how we feel about ourselves. And we do this because people are mirrors of our own consciousness. And there's this great story of this man who went to this famous tailor named Zambouk. And this guy was like the best tailor in the world. He made the nicest suits in the entire world. And this guy went to him and he said, "Hey, I need a suit made." And so the guy made him a custom suit. And so he said to the tailor, it's a little long right here in the sleeve. So the tailor Zambouk said, "No, it's just the way you're standing." And he kind of, repositioned him and put him into a better position. And he said, "Oh yeah, you're right. Well, it's still a little big here in the shoulders." And Zambouk said, "No, it's just the way you're standing once again." So he got him into this position like the way he was standing. And then as the guy was going to get on the bus, a man walked up to him and said, "Hey, that's a really nice suit. Did Zambouk make that?" And the guy said, "Yeah, how did you know?" And he said, "Because only Zambouk can make a suit for a man that is so crippled." And you think about how the projections that people have onto us are so hurtful sometimes, and they're so negative. But is it really about us, or is it about them? Is it the way they feel in that moment? Is it their insecurities? Is it their fear? Is it their worry? Because hurt people go around the world projecting that hurt onto other people. If you're filled with anger, what do you give out into the world? More anger. But if you're filled with love and compassion, what do you give out to the world? More love and compassion. So I'm curious to know, what are you projecting out in the world? And I know that love isn't something that we're taught growing up. For the most part, I was never even introduced to love until I started doing my own development. But all along, there was little seeds throughout my life planted of love by certain beings that came into my life that would show me love. And I didn't even know what it meant because I was so consumed by the darkness for so long, by other people's fears, by other people's projections, mostly from my father growing up. From him trying to kill me multiple times and projecting all of his fear and anger and violence onto me. So I thought that's how I had to be. I was living up to society's standards, of society's projections onto me, of going to get a prestigious college degree or having the successful job or social status or whatever it is, or the perfect family, the perfect looking partner. All society's projections. Because we have these models of the world built with how we perceive the world. And then we project those models onto other people. And if other people don't fit our models, we don't like them because they don't agree with our experience, our projections, our perception. But you have to realize that when you project your stuff onto other people, those energies, that vibration can hurt people. And you have to be aware of your projections, of how you project yourself onto other people. Don't project your fears, your insecurities, your worries onto other people because it can really hurt people. And this is what we have to learn because we are constantly projecting and we're constantly perceiving and we're constantly receiving. So project love because love is the answer. If you want to make this world a better place, if you want to make this universe a better place, start vibrating in the frequency of love, in compassion, in understanding, in empathy, and watch how your life begins to shift. Because if you want pain and suffering in life, give that to others. Project your fears and your worries and your anger onto other people, and you'll get that mirrored back to you. The universe is going to give to you exactly what you give to other people. But if you want peace and happiness, give that to other people. And this isn't some hippie, hoorah, woo-woo stuff. This is real. And I'm telling you this from my own personal experience because I was that person that was angry. I was the person that was violent. I was confrontational. I was aggressive. But when I started shifting my mindset into that of love and light, I started getting that in my life. I started having amazing people show up in my life that were serving, that weren't there just to take away from me. The relationships that I began having with people, friends, family, all shifted because I was shifting. I was changing. Even the relationship with my dad, who was heavy karma for both of us, has shifted, and now he's one of the closest people in my life. And we can all do this. If I can forgive my dad for the things that he's done to me, you can forgive people too and grow yourself. But the ego part of you goes, nah, I don't want to forgive. I hate them. I'm just going to hate them. Forgiving isn't about allowing that person just to come back into your life. Forgiving is cutting that cord with them. So it really boils down to, what are you projecting into the world? Is it your fears, your worry, your insecurity? Right in this moment, right now. Energetically, what are you putting out there? Are you making that man feel like the crippled person? Or are you allowing him to feel beautiful in that suit and actually complimenting someone saying, wow, that's a beautiful suit, with no agenda? And I think that's another thing is people have agendas. They give a compliment because they want something back. They do something nice to somebody so they can have power over them, right? And guilt them for doing something nice for them. But I really want you to start thinking about, who are you and how are you showing up in the world? Are you there to serve other people, or are you only there for your own benefit? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'm so curious to know what is going through your mind and what you're projecting out into the world. If you like this episode, feel free to share it with someone that you love. I appreciate you. I love you. Have an amazing day. And as always, stay open, stay loving, and stay connected to that beautiful source within you.